I want to talk to you about the benefits and the drawbacks of things that are familiar. We can be doing things that are good, but we've done it so many times and over it becomes a habit instead of heartfelt. This shouldn't really happen to us. Traditions are good. Churches should have a tradition. Churches should have traditions at the holidays. Families should have traditions at the holidays. It helps bring people together in one purpose. Christmas, Easter, New Year's, different things like this, they should be something that we celebrate on a traditional basis. Tradition is good. We should have traditions. But every Sunday, doing things the same way over and over again can become something that's no longer something that's from the heart. Think about it. If you do a good thing often enough, you just do it because you do it, then it loses its meaning. And we don't want things to lose their meaning. I heard one of my favorite teachers was talking to us about becoming too comfortable and becoming complacent. And he asked the crowd, he said, how many of you like to go eat at McDonald's? Everybody kind of laughed. Oh boy, I don't want to go eat at McDonald's or Burger King. But when you travel, when you go over to foreign countries, as I do, I enjoy once in a while, some countries have McDonald's. Some countries have Burger King. Now, don't get me wrong, my hobby is food and cooking. That's what I do. I love to do that. And when I travel into different countries, I want to eat the local cuisine. I really do, and sometimes I even overdo it. But once in a while, you come on a McDonald's, it's sitting right there, you see those golden arches, and you know what to expect. You know exactly what's going to be in there, even though in some places it's not the same exactly. We went to Israel and they had McLamb. Well, I've never had a McLamb before, but some people couldn't eat pork, so they had a McLamb. But it was familiar. Once in a while, I'm an American guy, I just want a Big Mac, or I just want a quarter pounder with cheese, or a Whopper and some fries and a Coke. That's just something that's familiar. It's something that I grew up, every once in a while, I would get something like that. But if you ate it every day, it would not be good for you. So, something that's good can become meaningless or habitual. So let's talk about that. So what are some of the things in the church that can be like that? There's doctrines that are carried down through the ages and through the years. Those things are foundational, but they become something that is just meaningless or of little meaning to us. Methods of worship, doing it the same way every time. Doing it just because that's the way we've always done it. Times, days, and seasons are observed. Okay, the Christmas season's coming up. Let's get ready for the cantata. Let's get the kids ready, teach them a song. Let's do it this, let's do that. The things that were cute 20 years ago, we're still doing it because we did it 20 years ago. Or that's just what you do on Christmas. All right, so can we name a few things that perhaps are good that have lost their meaning? What doing communion every first Sunday of the month? It's a good thing. It's really a good thing. We should do that. We could even do communion every day, or do it at home every day or every Sunday. But we've kind of put Sunday morning on the first Sunday of the month as communion day. Nothing wrong with that. But sometimes that can become, today's communion, so they pass the plate. Doesn't mean much. What about songs that have become old, but we keep singing them anyway? Are you going to sing songs from 1849? Those songs are great. Those songs are good, but if that's all you ever sing, it can become just something. Okay, turn to page 494, and we're going to sing this hymn. You know what I'm talking about. What about saying prayers at mealtime? How many of you pray over your food? And how many of you do it out of rote, or do it because that's the prescribed prayer? Does it mean much, or do you actually use your faith when you pray for that? Church attendance. Perhaps we go to church out of a sense of obligation instead of a sense of desire. Church attendance. That shouldn't be something that we do just because that's what we do. We should go to church because we want to worship God and see the brothers and sisters and hear what the pastor has to teach us. What about sanctuary seating and platform set up in the church? Would you dare ever change it? Oh man, you might be in for a fight if you kind of try to change the chairs around and change the equipment up on the stage, or heaven forbid, paint it a new color. We Christians are set in our ways. I like the old, there's an old video of a Model T car going down a dirt road. And there's a sign on the side of the road that says, choose your rut. Well, what's a rut? A rut is where your wheels get stuck in the lane that you're going through. And you got to choose your rut before you hit this road, because once you're in that rut, you're not getting out of it. You got to go that way. And something out of the 1920s, it's an old illustration, but it really, really illustrates the point. Once you get into a rut, you're going to do it that way. So, what do we do to solve this problem? First of all, we need to keep it fresh. It all boils down to our personal relationship with God. What personal thing has God said to you this week or this day, this morning, before you went to church, where you went to church ready to worship, you went to church ready to receive from the Lord because you'd already been talking to the Lord. It's not like priming one of those old pumps at the farm where you pour water down it and pump and pump and pump until the water comes up. So sometimes I think that's the worship leader's job, is to prime the pump until everybody gets to the place where they're going to sing. Then worship's over. This relationship that we have is going to affect every area that we have in our lives. So if we want to fix the problem, we have to fix us first. What can we do in a church to fix the problem of having things familiar and things that are stale and things that are not meaningful any longer? Well, we should strive to have a multi-generational church, a church that caters, or a church that reaches out to different generations, because if we keep doing it the way it was back when we started the church, then the people that started the church are going to be the only people left in the church, because it doesn't appeal to the children who grew up in the children's church. They grow up and they go away, but they never come back. We've got to have an appeal to everyone in the church. How about some new songs? Come up with something new. There's a lot of new songs out there. It's not wrong to have new songs in the church. How about a fresh coat of paint? A fresh coat of paint, man, put something on the walls that just switches things up a little bit, and it makes it better for everybody. Move the sanctuary around, paint the platform, put up new lights, take down the overheads that we used in 1982 and put something else up there. It's okay. You're not going to hurt anything, and you're not going to offend God by taking down what you did 35 years ago and putting in something new. It's okay to do that. How about paving the parking lot? People, instead of walking through gravel, they might walk onto a paved parking lot and spare their shoes. That would make something fresh, something new. People would respond to that. Put a new church sign out in front of the church. Good idea. Put something up that's not been their way before. Even if you have a sign, put a new sign up there, something different. Do outreach into different areas of the community that you haven't done before. Reach out. A church that is growing inward is a church that's becoming stale. It's like water in a pond. If the water doesn't have any fresh water from the springs below or from rivers coming through it, the pond is going to become dead. We don't want dead churches, right? Do short-term missions trips somewhere. Get out of the country. Go see another culture. Take your kids to Jamaica. Do something. Go see something different and reach out. Celebrate holidays in a new way. Here's one. Celebrate your pastor's birthday. Make it a big deal. Make it something that everybody rallies around and they do something special for the pastor. Good idea. Don't get too comfortable and established in doing the same thing. Why? Because we want to keep it fresh. Our relationship should stay fresh with God, and so should the way we do things. That's something we can do to help it not become meaningless. What can you do today to fix your meaningless rituals that you're doing? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay in touch with God.
If you like this video by TNT Ministries, then subscribe. You can also find us at tntmissions.org and also on Facebook.